Hey guys, welcome back. Jumping right into this trying new makeup. I'm going to start with lips today. We do have to do eyebrows too, so a lot to get done in this trying new makeup. Tons of new products out there. I just purchased this from Sephora. You haven't even seen this in a haul yet. It's from Laneige. It's their Bouncy and Firm Lip Treatment. I kept seeing promo for this and it just looks so good. I need something on my lips right now. There's little beads in the formula. Probably hard to see. What's cool about this packaging is it comes with a little spatula. You can just pull it out, use that to get the product. I'm just gonna use what's on the lid. Oh yeah, that feels really thick. It almost feels like the thickness of honey without the stick is the best way I can describe the texture of this. Feels like it's gonna be very moisturizing. I do have a new brow product to try. This is from Merit. This is one of their volumizing pomades in light brown. I feel like the texture of this is affecting my speech. It says to run it through first and go through any sparse areas after with a pencil. That filled it in really nicely. If you have minimal time, these kind of products are really nice. It says to start at the tail first and then work your way towards the front. It's where I like the most pigment anyway, so it makes sense. I think if you had even brows, that sort of product would work nicely. I just don't have much going on in my brow area. I don't even pluck my brows ever, really. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the sparse areas with a pencil. I would like a product like that if I had more brow hair, but unfortunately for me, brows just take a little bit more time to get them to as full as I like. I'm ready to get into some fall looks, and this palette has me really inspired. It is the Too Faced Aptly in Love eyeshadow palette. The packaging is that tin packaging, which I love. The color story is just perfect for fall. I love the berries, the touch of green, the choice for crease colors, and the shimmers. I just think it's a really well done color story, and I cannot wait to test this out. I also have some eye brushes from Rephr. These eye brushes came in a set with the collaboration that Alexandra Anel did with Rephr. So she has her brush there, and they extended the handles of these brushes. I'm going to use these for my eye look. I've used all these eye brushes before just in their regular handle, but I love how they extended the handle of these brushes. I think I'm gonna start with Turnover. That shade just really catches my eye. And we're gonna use the Rephr 15 in the crease. I love how that shade blended out into my base. Looks so good. I love the color. I've always had really good success with Too Faced eyeshadows. So the formula right now is consistent with what I'm used to. I just find them easy to blend. Really love their mattes and really like the color stories they do. Oh yeah, and I bet a lot of you are asking if this has a scent to it. It smells more like apple pie. I get more cinnamon than I do apple, in case you were curious. I don't think eyeshadows need to have a scent, but if it were to, I'd want it to be more apple-y, I guess. But it is more cinnamon. The blend is just so nice. And I love that I can finally hold my Rephr brushes further back because of the longer handles. I really like this set. Some of my favorite eye brushes are included, and I love that there's detailed brushes. Those are my favorite from Rephr. We're gonna actually use one of those smaller brushes. This is the Rephr 14. I use this all the time. One of my favorite eyeshadow brushes to exist. I wanna do like a maroon sort of eye. I'm gonna take this one, which has a little bit more purple, and then this red shade. I'm gonna mix the two. I've been using those two shades separately as an eyeliner. I really love how it's been looking, so I'm just gonna mix those two shades. We're gonna use this in the outer corner to deepen up that outer crease. Pack on that color where I want it. Then I'm gonna go back in with that Rephr 15. Just blend out the edges. Kind of half blending it. We're still gonna go back and fix that up. I just wanna do my lid shade now so that I can get the shades blended on the inner eye. And this is where I don't know what I want to do. I feel like I'm gonna go in with Sparkling Cider. That one looks the most intense to me. I'm gonna put that on my finger and just see how that looks on the lid. I love how you can do like a light wash of that shade. I was gonna fully pack that on, but I actually really like how that's going on. So now I just have to go back and blend the two shades together. I'm gonna use Caramel Apple, using that same Rephr 14 just to give that light blend, just to soften this edge. I'm taking that Caramel Apple color because I thought it did a really good job blending. Just go around these edges now. And then I will go back in with Turnover, get that nice mustardy warmth back in the crease. I love how these colors brought out the green in my eyes. I'm loving the blend of this. You could definitely deepen this up even more in the outer corner, which I think would look really pretty, that I keep debating to do. But I think I'm going to take those two colors and then lightly line my lash line with it so I have it right along the lash line. And I'm not going to smudge it out too much. I just want to keep that depth there, so maybe bring back some depth doing a liner like that using the same shades. So I'm just going to take So Snackable and Candy Apple, which I love the names in this palette. They're so cute. And line my lash line with those. Exactly what it was missing. I love that. I did a baby wing with those two shades, and I love how the eyes are looking. Now we're going to move on to mascara, and I'm not opening a new one today. I'm using one from a previous video because I fell so hard for this mascara. I've never seen my lashes look better, and I've just been using this on my eyes with no eyeshadow. So I want to see how my lashes look with this with full makeup on my eyes because I haven't done that yet. So this is kind of a test for me. This has become my new favorite mascara. It's a recommendation from Babs Beauty. I've been meaning to try it forever, but I finally did in my last trying new makeup, and I fell hard for it. So I'm just going to spend some time coating my lashes. You're gonna see after I put this on how my lashes look. I'm gonna do one eye at a time. And I didn't even say the name of this. This is the Clio Kill Lash Super Proof Mascara. I got the long curling option. They have various options. I think they have 3. And they also have a remover for this mascara because it's not budging. This isn't going anywhere. I personally don't have an issue with removal. I've spoke on this in the past, but if you do, they have actually created a remover for this mascara because that's something that some people struggle with. Luckily I have not, because I always use waterproof removers for mascara and it just takes off everything even if it's not waterproof. Look at how this is building. It does wonders for my lashes, and also it holds a curl like no other. I've never seen my lashes hold a curl like this. It's truly different from anything I've ever tried for curl. So that is one eye done. I do have to clean up my lid as I suspected, but so much length, volume, and curl to this. It's incredible. Those are the eyes complete. We'll finish off the lash line after and we'll move on to complexion. I know a bunch of you said you preferred without false lashes, so this is my first time trying a more dramatic look without falsies. So we're doing some new things here. I'm moving on to complexion, and I don't think I have a new primer to use. I was gonna use these glops, which are glow drops. I just came up with my own word for this. This is from Belief. It says you can wear this alone or with makeup. I thought I would just try this out as a under makeup product. So they're the Super Drops. Improves skin radiance instantly. This just has a glow to it. I thought it was going to be bronze, but we're going to try it. It does give a really beautiful glow. I have generalized redness, so it's not an on its own product for me. It feels nice. It feels like it would work well underneath makeup. Then I used this in another video. This is the Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever Color Corrector. I used it as an under eye corrector, which I don't really have darkness underneath my eyes. It's just more so hollow for a shadow, but that's not actually my skin. It's just how sunken in my eyes are. So this says you can use it for dark spots. I'm going to put it on mine and see how well this corrects. It says you can put it on acne scars, dark spots, any kind of dark discoloration, I guess. I feel like I could use this all over my skin. It did correct a little bit. I feel like I need coverage more than correction, though. Like that tends to work the best for my skin, at least. Still not blown away by this product, but it's just something that I don't typically use. I'm not really a color corrector type of person. Now for foundation, we have the stick foundation from Dior, which I was super excited about ever since I heard they were discontinuing Tom Ford. I wanted a replacement that could maybe do what Tom Ford did for me. So I got the shade 3N, and the only thing that I don't like about Dior for their complexion, because they tend to really work for me, is how heavily fragranced it is. And for whatever reason, I feel like this stick is even more fragranced than some of their other foundations I've used in the past, which is unfortunate. It could just be I haven't used Dior in a while and forgot how heavily fragranced it was, but It smells strong. So the Clean 109 from BK Beauty. I'm gonna use that to blend this out. I'm gonna put some streaks on the skin. It's such a good match for my skin though. If you're similar to me, 3N is pretty much as good as it's gonna get. It's pretty close to perfect for when I have a little bit of color going on. So I'm gonna do one light layer, show you how it looks, and then we're going to build it up. But this blends out so beautifully. It's like zero effort foundation. It's sensory overload for me though for smell. Based off that alone, I personally probably wouldn't buy it again. I'm just so sensitive to the smell. That's just one light layer. I am gonna build it up just for my skin. That's my personal preference. And I love the finish of this. I love the coverage it gives. It's so easy to use. Genuinely, the only thing about this that I haven't liked, because I've used this several times now before showing you guys in this video, is the smell. That's the only thing that's kind of throwing me off for this, is how heavily fragranced it is. But color, formula, wear, finish, how it looks on my texture, how it feels on the skin, how it sets down on my face, everything is good. It's just the smell. Beautiful medium coverage. It looks youthful and fresh. It is a beautiful formulation, so cannot knock it for that. I love how my skin looks right now, especially after everything's said and done. I think it's a flawless finish. If they would take out that fragrance, this could be a contender for one of my favorite stick formulations. I just love the ease of use of a stick, and I just love the finish of this. It looks very youthful. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some concealer just on the areas where I need it, and I thought using the Dior one would be appropriate. I haven't used this for a while actually on my channel, so I'm just gonna quickly highlight and then conceal the face, and then I will be back to move on to the rest of the complexion. Before I go ahead and set my face, I actually have a couple more cream liquid products to use, both new that I have not tried on my channel. I just got this from Sephora as well. It's the Say Bronzer. I kept seeing everyone use this. It looks so pretty. It's the Dew Bronze Bronzer in the shade Swim. So we're going to use that. I'm just gonna use my same 109 to blend that out. And then for blush, I have a new color from Merit. It's Rouge. So I was able to select this. They had a bunch of different colors to choose from. I think the Rouge products are new. So that's what I selected in PR. It was so nice to be able to choose the shades to use. So I got the Rouge Flush Balm, and I love a red cheek. I think it's so flattering, so natural. I know it can be a little bit scary, the color, but it always looks the most natural on me. So don't be scared of red. And also this Say product, I see people go straight to the face. I'm just going to apply this on the back of my hand, and the color looks really nice. This particular color looks like it has a little bit of olive undertone to it, which is really nice for a bronzer. And I've had a hard time finding olive undertones for powders, let alone a liquid cream. So it's really nice to see. Just gonna go in with my foundation brush, start bronzing up the skin. Perfect color. It's a light, subtle bronze, but the color is spot on. I'm just very happy with this purchase. I feel like I'm a little late to it, but it took a while for me to just keep seeing it, and every time I saw someone use this, I just fell in love with how their skin looked. So even, the color is literally perfect. I think that's what I'm really gravitating towards, is the color of this one. So happy I went with the shade Swim, and I've had really good success with Say products. Forehead nice and bronzy. That is a love for me. I absolutely love that. And then the Merit Rouge Flush Balm. I always, again, see people go directly on the cheeks, which kind of makes sense with the packaging. But again, just going to take that 109, use this for everything. And I'm going to start applying that to the cheeks. Again, those two colors, and look how seamless it's blending together. I love that. You can see. I know you can see how gorgeous that looks. Wow. Okay, those two colors together, beautiful, and I think perfect for this eye look. We can build this up a little bit heavier, only because I'm going to be setting with powder on top, so I want it to still be able to peek through. So I'm going to go a little bit more than I would typically, just because I know that when I put powder on top, it's kind of going to cancel out the color. I love how thin the formula of this Merit product is. You're not going to get any sort of lifting It just really sits on top and meshes with your other products. We are looking very emollient, very much so that we need to set down everything. And I also got this from Sephora. You're seeing another haul in this video, but I saw this after the fact that I made that haul. And this is the Sephora 12-hour setting and mattifying powder. You can use it for touch-ups too, which is lovely, except it doesn't have a mirror, which whatever, for the price point, I'll look past it. I have the shade Universal here, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this for everything. We're gonna set underneath the eyes, and we're gonna set the whole face with this powder. Could already see that my concealer was starting to crease a bit, so gotta set all this down. This powder is extremely blurring, nice and thin. It is hard pressed in the pan, so it could hard pan a little bit easier because nothing's really kicking up when I dip in, but it is providing a really flawless, beautifully set face. Taking a little bit of my favorite powder bronzer and the new Alexandra Anel rougher brush. Just going to lightly use this for powder. I'm gonna have to use this brush again when I do more of a powder look instead of cream. You can use this for powder, bronzer, blush, whatever your heart desires, highlight even, setting underneath your eye with powder. I just wanna set that Say bronzer with a little bit of powder. I don't want a ton of bronze. I more so am using to kind of chisel the face, which a smaller brush like this is really nice for. Then running a little bit down my nose. It's nice to pinch this brush. You can get nice and small. I just like to run a little bit of bronzer so it doesn't get lost. I like precision brushes in eyeshadow, but I don't often have those kind of brushes for the face. So I feel like if you need more precise work for your powder placement, this is probably what I'll be using it for. But again, I need a less cream dominant look to really test this out, but so far so good. I really liked it for my bronzer application. I'm not going to set my blush with anything. I like the red standing out underneath the set face. I'm just going to finish off my eyes with this palette. So we do have another one of those long-handled rougher brushes from the collab. This is the 03, really nice detail pencil brush. I'm going to run a bit of the Candy Apple and So Snackable, just under a third, but a little bit more, not quite half. I know that's really precise. For that area of my eye, I love these two colors together. As I said, I've been reaching for this just for those two colors for eyeliner for me lately. And then with another brush from the collab, this is the 13, another great detail brush. I'm going to take that turnover shade and blend everything out. You can bring that one a little bit further in. And then for my lower lashes, I'm just going to use a little bit of this color out in the outer corner. I think this will look so pretty to finish off the look. Again, I've been using this on a daily almost on the lowers, just in this area right here. A little bit of this color, help the eyes pop. Bad Gal Bang is not my favorite formula though, but I've still been getting used because of the color. I really like the color of this. Wiping off that lip treatment. My lips actually feel really soft. I can see that my lips are more hydrated looking, less liney. Definitely plump them up a bit. And that wasn't even on that long in the grand scheme of things. I can see that being really nice as a effective overnight. I know they have overnight lip balms that people use, but just from first impression, I think I actually like this more than those other ones. Texture, also the effectiveness of this. Just think it worked really nicely for my lips. But again, gonna keep testing that out. And then for lip combo, we have a few gems here that formulas I've been wanting to try. I got this in the mail. I was gonna save it for a drugstore makeup look, but I have two other colors that I'm waiting on that are back ordered. So this is the Maybelline Lifter Liner. This is in the shade Let's Bounce. It's a little bit darker than I wanted to go today, but we're gonna try it out because I really wanted to try this lip liner formula, and I know a lot of you wanted to see it as well. So we're gonna try a different color in that drugstore video. So I'm gonna stop talking and try to line my lips with this. This formula is reminding me a lot of how the Fenty lip liner went on, but I'm not sure how long wearing these are compared. I'll have to see because those Fenty ones do not budge. That is the color on the lips. It's even blending out nicely when I just do that. really pretty color. To lighten the lip up a little bit, I have this color from Fenty Beauty. So I initially didn't pick these up. I don't know why. I saw this color on Glamzilla and she said she went through a bunch of these already. So I decided to pick up the color that she recommended. It's the 2 Lip Kiss. And these are the Fenty Beauty High Shine Gloss Sticks. And this is the Gloss Bomb Stick. So it smells exactly like the Gloss Bomb. And I was worried this color might be a little too warm for me because I don't like a warm nude typically. But we're going to try it out today. That color is so pretty. It's so glossy too. And it's not too glossy to the point where it's kind of smushing in the tube like the Makeup by Cheryl ones I found did that. It's gloss in a stick, but it's holding its own. That's the color right there, and I feel like it's redundant to even add this because it's so glossy on its own. But I have the Merit Maraschino lip color. I was wearing this the other day and it gave a totally different vibe because it is clear, so it really is highly dependent on your lip liner. That picture I was wearing a more brownie peach lip liner. This is really dark, so I don't think it's gonna honestly do much. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand. You can see the color there. This is that typical kind of reddish clear color that I gravitate towards. My Armani lip gloss I've been wearing lately. I just love these colors. So I'm gonna add this on. This is thin though, and I love the color, but it's a little bit thinner than I'd like. It didn't do too much, but did tie kind of those reddish tones into the look. Regardless, my lips are glossy and they feel super slippery right now. I love the color, but typically I don't go this dark with kind of more dramatic eyes. It's just not something I'm usually comfortable with, but I don't mind it for this look. Now to finish everything off, we have the new Urban Decay All Nighter. This is their hyaluronic acid and watermelon fruit extract long-lasting makeup setting spray. I don't think anything beats the original, so we'll see how this goes. Because they've come out with a bunch of different variations. They could definitely improve their sprayer. All Nighter is so iconic, but their spray on this 100% could be improved after all these years. It's just so many better ones out there. So I'm just gonna let this melt everything together, and then I'm gonna come back and finish off this video. So here is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this trying new makeup. We're gonna go over all the products now, and I'm gonna let you know my initial thoughts on everything. I obviously am a fan of Too Faced eyeshadow formula. I've been vocal about this in the past. Love the color story of this. I'm unsure if you can get this in Canada. They sent this to me in PR. And with these palettes, sometimes it's hit or miss whether we're getting it or not. So hopefully we do. I love it for the fall. I think it's super pretty, very flattering if you have green eyes like myself. I love the colors. I think it really brings out that green in my eyes. The new Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I haven't tested out the wear of my makeup yet, but in terms of setting sprays I've tried since All Nighter has been popular. There's other ones that I just reach for more. Again, too early to tell for this, but just based on initial first impression, I just don't see myself reaching for this unless it truly locks my makeup down forever, just because of the sprayer. Because it is not as fine as I like, and there's so many really good setting sprays on the market right now since Urban Decay had its moment. They've been coming out with all these different variations, and I don't think anything beats original All Nighter, but maybe this will. Also, there's not too much watermelon scent. I know that was something I was personally worried about. I didn't really notice it that much when I was spraying it. It was just minor. I love the look of this Dior stick foundation on my skin. My skin looks really hydrated. This isn't transfer proof though, I've noticed, because I can still feel it kind of on my skin. It hasn't fully set down. Even with setting my makeup, it just feels very emollient and hydrating on the skin, which I feel like will give that fresh look all day. I've worn this many days already. It wears nicely on my skin. I haven't really noticed an issue with wear, but I just feel like there's other foundations out there that set on my skin a little bit more, if that's ever an issue for you. Not really an issue for me because I don't touch my face, but if you do, I feel like this probably would come off a little bit. Then we have my lip combo, which the more I'm looking at it, the more I feel like that lip treatment that I used prior really did help with the fine lines in my lips. Even though I think this lip combo is super pretty, I feel like this is really what made the difference for me. So I cannot wait to try this out more. I want to use that overnight tonight. So I'll keep you guys posted. But the lifter liner, need to see how long this wears, but I can still see the definition of the color, so it hasn't completely gone away with how creamy these products are and glossy. Love how glossy this Gloss Bomb stick is, and I like that it doesn't smush and melt away like some other products that have a similar kind of formula as this. And this is just my kind of color. So you already know that I would like this, but I wouldn't purchase it over any other ones that look like this just because the formula is on the thinner side. But if you like that and you like this sort of color, then maybe that's something that you would actually prefer. Beautiful introductory rouge color for the cheeks. I know there's some on the market that are very pigmented, but I feel like this anyone could use because it is such a thin formula. So very beautiful, and if you're scared about using a red blush, I would try here, honestly, because it is so workable and so thin. I've talked about these already before. I've discussed the Clio Kill Lash, which is my new holy grail mascara for lift. I mean, I'm not wearing falsies today, and I feel pretty confident with my lashes. And then the Bad Gal Bang in Plum. I like this for my lower lashes. I just wish this color was in a different one of Benefit's formulas because this wasn't my favorite Benefit mascara that they make, but I will use it for the color. It hasn't irritated my eyes because I know I've gotten questions. Some people asked if this was irritating to me. I personally haven't had an issue myself. I don't tend to get eye irritation unless mascara is actually flaking into my eyes. Then that's something that has bothered my eyes in the past. This Say Do bronzer is one of my favorite products I tried for the color. It has that olive undertone, which is so hard to find. It's so pretty, so natural on the skin. I love how glowy and fresh my skin looks and feels right now. And I don't see any demarcation for my bronzer. Really blended well. The color is seamless, not patchy. I love it. It is so good. So happy that I purchased that. I tried this for correcting dark spots. It did a little bit, but not as much as I personally need. I just wouldn't purchase this again. Not a bad product, I don't feel, for formula. Packaging could be better. I use this in another Trying New Makeup. I don't like these spongy tip products, but it wasn't horrible, but I just wouldn't purchase it again. This Belief Super Drops, my glops, or whatever I was calling them. I feel like my skin does have a radiance, but that's because of all the creams that I use. So this did help a little bit. You can see that radiance to begin with, and I will keep testing this. This is more skincare than makeup for me personally, so I'll keep testing that out. Did light make it better? Probably. And it's actually a sunny day. It makes 0 sense right now. For powder, this one from Sephora Collection. It's too early to tell, but I'm very, very impressed with especially how smoothing this was. I used this to mattify my lids when I put down my concealer. Extremely smooth before I went in with my eyeshadow. I didn't even mention that, so go back and check out my eyes prior because I did set my concealer down with this instead of my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. So that was really good for that. And then you could see it mattifying my skin. Also, it is thinner, so this would be a good touch-up powder. It feels super silky. It doesn't have too much pigment either, so this isn't gonna deposit color as so much as it finishes, sets, and blurs your makeup, which is something that I'm personally looking for. If I wanted more pigment for underneath my eyes, I would reach for my Charlotte Tilbury because I feel like that offers some coverage if my under eye area is looking like it needs a little bit something more. But this for more so all over the face, I feel like is a better option for me when I don't want to alter the color of a perfectly matched foundation. So this was really nice in the universal shade. So definitely go check it out. It's Sephora Collection price point. You guys know I love trying out all of these Sephora Collection stuff. So as soon as I saw that on the website, I had to snag it to try it, and so far so good. Didn't really care for this Merit volumizing pomade. I don't like how my eyebrows are looking right now because they look too filled in and not as separated as I usually like. And I knew that going in. I'm just not typically a fan of these sort of products. I have tried it to finish as well, but this doesn't have enough hold to it, which I would personally like for a product like this. If this had more hold, I think I would actually really quite like it. Or if I had better eyebrows. Let's be serious. I think someone who had better eyebrows than me would like this sort of product. I could see myself liking it if I had more hair to work with, you know? So that's just my eyebrows. Can't help it. I can see totally a market for it. I wish I was that market. The Refer collab with Alexandra Anel is really beautiful. I do wish to use this more though, her actual collab brush. because I didn't use a lot of powders today, and when I was setting my face, I was using a puff. So this is something I'm definitely going to utilize off camera and then come back maybe in a trying new makeup and show you guys again. And I love that they made the handles longer on this set from Ruffers. You can pick them up with the collab brush if you wanted to, and it's a really good value actually for all the brushes that they include. The only one I didn't use is the packing eyeshadow brush, but I don't typically use brushes like that, but all these little eyeshadow detail brushes are incredible. So really love the kind of upgrade they did to the handles, because I do like to hold my brushes a little further back than what the rougher brushes typically had for their handles. So it's worked out really nicely for me. And I think that's everything actually for all the trying new makeup that we did in this video. Getting into some fall looks. I'm gonna do something even more dramatic coming up. Cannot wait for you guys to see that look, because I know so many of you wanted to see it. That's all my updates for this video. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me, for clicking on this video and watching my video. I appreciate it so much, all your support. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, everything that you do. I love you guys so much. And if there's any new products that you want to see in my next trying new makeup, definitely let me know. I'm going to be doing a full drugstore one coming up soon as well. So many tutorials to come, which I love to film for you guys. So I hope you guys are excited as well. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video.